The objective of this build was to make a screen to reduce the monitor brightness. The monitor I had is a EOC E970SWN, a 19-inch monitor, which is 16 by 9 TFT LED, and at the minimum brightness 0%, minimum contrast 0%. It was still too bright and pretty much giving me headaches. I checked the online for products, and there really isn't that much out there. It appears that you have to buy a privacy screen. One of them I looked on Amazon, $49.97, 50 US. The other one, 33 US. And when one considers that the monitor price is $78.49, right? $79, let's say, US. That's rather ridiculous to pay for a privacy screen and include that kind of price. Apart from that, that would be my price. There's shipping from there to True Skybox, which is at least 10 US, and then there's custom charges and other things I'll have to pay. So yeah, I'm looking at a really high price for a screen that could break on the way down. Really, there's little motivation for me to try purchasing an existing product. So my options were build one. So this documents that, and have a look through. I think it came out pretty well, honestly. So in the end, you'll see. This is a sheet of flexi. Got me a little nick here on this side. Tried the jigsaw, that didn't work. It started to go bend even with a guide. So did this manually with a hacksaw. This length is probably about 44 centimeters, 17 inches, give or take a little bit more, 17 and a quarter, I believe, around there. Anyway, so cut from both sides where it meets, it cracked off. It's a bit of a flex. So two sides have been cut. What they've been done is just rough sanded with 120 grit sandpaper, 120. Rough sanded on the sides, leveled out, beveled all the edges on both sides, the edges here, give them a little chamfer, and pretty much, yeah, this is a plastic coating on top of the plexi. This is 1A plexi. So the next step is peel off this coating and put on the tint. The screen tinted. The edges have to trim after. Once it dries up, I will trim that out. Does not seem to have any air bubbles. There's some scratches showing through, but hopefully that's the other side of the plastic I has to remove. Don't know, had this piece of plexi for 9 years, so yeah, maybe it has some scratches. Tips for the hold up the screen. The unfortunate thing with using this profile is that it will stop here against the screen. The screen will actually be quite here, so yeah, probably 3-4 millimeters off the front face. The advantage is this thing is really profile from a trunking, just cut and bent. So simple. Spray paint it back and just clip them on. Take a piece of tape and put it on so that when this pushes in, it doesn't push the tint off. So yeah, but anyways, this side is really probably gonna scrape on as the back where it won't have tint, so it should be okay. So yeah, just spray paint and try it. Quick paint, I'm not sure it's how visible. Yeah, from this angle you can kind of see them. So it's just a matter of waiting to dry and trying it out. Hopefully this holds the screen. If it does not, I will have to put some screws in at the front to kind of keep it from dropping. I'm not sure if this clipping alone here is capable of holding up that size plexi. This is the assembled whole thing. Yes, it needs some cleaning up. So I need to drill these. They're not really staying. What I have is some little pegs I got from a bag I have with computer stuff. Anyway, so I'm gonna try to drill 2 holes in each one of these and stick this in. Holes positioned, mark, and drill with a pilot. Bit of tape just to hold this from moving separate from this. I mean, they're not really held together, they can easily move. So now to drill out the correct size holes. Hopefully it's not much of a press fit. It's a couple toe difference between this and the drill bit
think it's about 6 or 7 thou, which is a bit, that's definitely significant interference fit. So I may have to wiggle the bit a bit, or try the stupid thing of trying to grind that. So now in, basically interference fit, so I haven't been able to get them all the way in. If you notice, he has a slight loss of the spray paint. This is terrible spray paint. It hasn't dried since yesterday afternoon, so 24 hours later, and it's still tacky. Horrible. So that's why I see little blemishes there. It probably is not a good idea to spray on this after. And then this one, there's a small crack. Interference fits, trying to pull that out, damage up his paint right now. Probably isn't worth it, so I'm going to leave it in. That's a really thin top, so yeah, that sucks.
Right, as you can see, it's a little proud of the surface. Somewhere in there with the knocking of these, I'm trying to pound them in. I've squeezed that little clamps a little bit too much. It works. It's covered quite down to the base. It's up to the top here, so it really makes very little sense to actually go through the effort of pressing it in. Beyond that, the top of this monitor, the whole front is badly put together. It's really cheap Chinese crap. So what happens is if you squeeze that outer surface, it does in fact cause discoloration on the LCD, so it's not worth it to press this in and create that problem. Finally, it's in here. This is another shot of the screen on a plywood table. As I said, I think it came out pretty good. The contrast here, you could kind of see the whole thing properly, a lot better actually than on the monitor. And yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. The plexi, as I said, I had for a long time, so that didn't cost me anything. The tint I got for free. The tint guy just gave me because it's a really small piece. The piece of plastic that was used, the trunking, again I have a long length of that, so that's free. And those little tabs, those were free. I mean, I had those and they're sitting around and they're probably quite useless, so yeah, this cost me zero as opposed to shipping it in, which would have been quite expensive, up the order of at least 50 US, approaching the price of the actual screen.